A lot of parenting advice requires us to remain calm while our child loses it. And keeping calm is hard. We're not all highly skilled at that. Plenty of research tells us how ineffective willpower is and how hard self-regulation is. If you want quick proof of that, just look down at your wrist, look at the device you're watching this video on, Apple Watches, phone notifications, calendars, planners. Even when we're calm, we rely on a ton of technology to keep us on track, so we don't have to rely on willpower and self-discipline and self-regulation. But what helps us when our kid won't listen? What helps us when we're really stressed out or frustrated? What helps us out when, our kid comes home from school with news that makes us go, what the? On top of this, we have the gift of everything that we picked up from our own childhood. Do you ever catch yourself sounding like your dad or your mom? Or maybe you're so against the way that you were raised that you do the polar opposite. But that doesn't really work either. It turns out that we learn the scripts of parenting during our childhood and that we develop a lot of emotional reactions. Sure, we pick up a few other things along the way with, our life experiences, maybe books that we read, classes we take, friends, social media. But those old scripts and those old reactions that are in us stick around and often show up when we're stressed, like when we're in a power struggle with our kids. But there's good news. If you can relate to this, it means you're human, and that's awesome. This is totally normal, and yet you don't have to stay stuck there. We don't have to just accept that this is how parenting is. Also, to have a different experience, you don't have to first become a completely different person or parent and do a ton of work with yourself. That's great if you choose to, but you don't have to read a stack of books, spend hours in therapy, or be able to memorize and recall exactly what that perfect mom on Instagram says. You also don't have to perfect your willpower and then inevitably beat yourself up because you couldn't keep yourself calm last night when your kid would not go to bed, or the next morning when your teen would not wake up. The Hourglass Problem Solving chart does this for you. Rely on it, lean on it, let it do the work of helping you and your child regulate and hear each other and work things out, because you totally have that capacity. You come up with creative solutions all the time, and so does your child. It's just probably not during a disagreement. But don't worry, this is not a crutch. It's a container for your conflict and conversation. Let me ask you this. Do you support the idea of putting leftovers in a container, or do you prefer to let them spill all over your fridge? If you're pro-container for leftover pasta, then you might be pro-container for conflict as well. Because just like noodles and sauce, our thoughts, our emotions, our words, our actions can run all over the place and spill all over our child's thoughts, emotions, behaviors, and vice versa. The Hourglass Problem Solving chart that you're about to use helps give organized space for everyone's emotions and needs so that you can stand back and look at them together, so that you can see them in a new way, see each other in a new way. It helps you both come to a new understanding of each other, which leads to a new solution that actually feels satisfying to you both.